Hi, I'm back. So I just wanted to kind of show something I was experimenting on. Like I bought this Avis on eBay. Now it didn't have this core in it. This Avis had this core with this key, which I gotta make sure I stay in frame here. It had this exact core and it says Avis and it's all fancy and everything and it works great. But I just put a core in here just for something, just like kicking around, just because I couldn't stand a lock not having something in it. But I had this big thing where I was like trying to single pin pick this thing, and it was hard to do for me. It's a Avis 7240, just an aluminum body padlock, but I had like issues. But then I tried to zip it and it came right open. So then I thought, well, it's kind of got some pretty weak spring tension comparatively speaking to other locks. Maybe if I took the core out of there and stuck it in my American lock 100th anniversary. And it seemed to me that this spring tension seemed better. Again, this just has another lock in it for right now. And I put it in here for a while, and then I found out that I could still zip that Avis lock that I had. And I don't have any more, so I can't really tell. So then I thought I took one of these Harbor Freights, and that's what those cores are, just the extra Harbor Freights laying around, but I took this Harbor Freight one, and then I put that Avis 6-pin core in there. One of the problems that I had though is this was really rough in here, and it started cutting my key a little bit on the other side, like just making a divot. So I had to get in there and file. So there was some like a really sharp edge inside this retaining plate for the core. And I thought I had pretty good bitting, and the spring tension seemed to be a lot better on this. And so I thought I'd solve my problem. And for me getting much feedback on these locks, I'm still learning. So, broad tension wrench, I've kind of like cut into it with a little dike to give it some more grip. I'm gonna start out to just kind of like take up the tension and use my favorite wire. See if I can do this on camera. Let's just go in there with the kinetic attack. I guess out of all my techniques, I think I'm really liking the zip attack. It has made it harder for me to get it to do this. Okay, let's recock it. Alright, so back in there. Get down to the bottom. Take the excess. Oh, there. Got it. And I don't know if I got like the Avis lock, 6-pin lock that sucked. I mean, I don't know if that bitting to me didn't look that bad. And it just looked like a regular lock. I mean, it's still pretty good to practice. I know it's got like security pins, but something about this lock, I don't know if it's the bitting and how big the security pins that are inside of it are, or if that's how those Avis locks are. So eventually I want to buy some more of these 7240s with some different bitting in them and see if I can zip them. That probably won't happen yet because I want to get a pinning mat and then get some followers and like a repinning kind of tray because I want to get into some of that. I don't lot about it. I've watched a lot of people on YouTube do it, and it just looks fun. So I want to do that too, and then probably make my own challenge locks. I was kind of looking at Sparrows has that kind of like a kit that you can get. Anyway, I just was talking about that Abus core and what I've kind of gone through with it, and I can't. I don't know. Maybe I ended up with a bunk one. Maybe that's like the bad one, but I won't know until I get some more. I don't know if anybody else can zip. If anybody else, there's a challenge. If anybody else who watches my show has an Abus 7240, could you tell me if it's susceptible to a kinetic attack? I'd really like to know. I mean, it looks like a really cool lock, but with that core, I don't know that I trust that core at all. Not if you can. I mean, definitely giving it more spring tension slowed me down, because in this like weaker lock, you could zip it. And I remember trying to pick it, and I was still really novice. I had some really cheesy picks. I broke my picks like trying to pick it, and it was just frustrating. And then I watched one of these, this big time lock lab video, and this guy on there, he's just like, you need to try other stuff. You can't just sit there with one kind of attack if you're trying to get into a lock. Try some Reiki, try some zipping, try some like bitch picking, try some different stuff, like you got SPP, whatever, and you might get into the lock a lot faster than just staying with one thing. I know some people just want to SPP, but obviously I was new, so I like to zip locks. I like to find the locks that I can zip. I really like to find locks that I can't get into, because those ones I tend to trust a lot more. Not like there isn't better lock pickers out there, but if I can't use any of my simple novice attacks to get into a lock, then I kind of feel like that should slow somebody down enough. Anyway, that's just my 2 cents. Thanks for watching.